Hello everybody, this is jaydenshaunts, and today we have to unbox and set up, courtesy of Lowe's as a part of their new 2025 collection, is the Bluetooth Reaper DJ. This is an animatronic that from the start, when the manager's meetings videos came out on February 5th, I have been eager to get my hands on. As many of you know, I am a huge fan of the Bluetooth Reaper band that Lowe's did. So naturally, when this came out, I absolutely had to have it, and I have been waiting for it ever since. So upon opening the box, this is going to be an in-store item. You can see right there, there is the marking for how they're going to anchor it down in the store. We've got the instruction manual and batteries here. So you can see right here, this is how it is packaged in the box. There's this piece of cardboard right here. If I could cut this right quick, I can give you a better view inside the box. But this is how he is packaged. He's actually in here pretty snug. It looks like he's tightly packed. This, I assume, is going to be the whole DJ stand, and then over here is your whole assembly for the Reaper. So let's go ahead and pull this out. Right here, this says, right here, speaker frame, speaker front, speaker cover, and turntable right there. And then pulling this insert out right here, we have the Reaper himself in the box, all tied up nice and neat. So we're gonna get all his parts laid out, make sure I have everything, make sure you have everything, and we'll get to his setup. Here is everything the DJ comes with. You have the cloth cover for the DJ stand, the top with the turntable and various lighting, a metal wire assembly with 2 LEDs, another rectangular metal wire assembly with no LEDs, your figure base, 2 leg pulls, your control box torso assembly that will have the pairing cable and your power adapter already pre-plugged into it, the DJ himself, and the speaker stand. One more part that I didn't see because it was in the instruction baggie, but this is the string that is going to hold his hand down to the turntable. Let's get to a setup. Your first step to assembling your DJ is locating your 2 leg pulls labeled A and B and snap locking them into the base, matching A to A and A to A. Next, you're going to locate your assembly with the control box and the torso frame, and you're going to snap that on, matching B to B. Next, go ahead and snap lock on the DJ himself, and this would be a great time to go ahead and reach inside his body and grab those 2 wires and plug them into the control box, matching L to L and M to M. Now we're going to start assembling the DJ stand. Next, go and locate your speaker assembly and just slide that on into the bottom of the base, matching F to F and G to G. Then you're going to locate your wire assembly with the LEDs and slide that on into the back pins of the base, matching D to D and E to E. Next, go ahead and locate your rectangular metal assembly and slide that into the top pins, matching J to J, K to K, I to I, and H to H. Now we're going to locate our cover, cloth cover, and we're going to Velcro that around the sides and push the pinholes through the top. After placing your top DJ stand with the turntables and such to the top, you're going to go ahead and run your wiring from your metal frame assembly with the LEDs and the 2 wires from your turntable. You're going to run them up from the bottom of your cloth here up to the body, matching I to I, P to P, and N to N. Next, go ahead and use the strings that are on the inside of the instruction baggie and put those through the pre-drilled holes in the DJ stand and wrap it around his wrist to ensure that while he is in motion, his hand does not come off of the turntable. Let's take a look at the Reaper DJ's control box. You have a TRIME port, an external speaker port. You have your port for your 6-volt 2M adapter that is included. You have the opportunity to use 4 AA batteries, and then these are your 2 ports that will be utilized for your pairing process later on. He's got 4 different settings on here. He's got follower for if you don't make him the leader of your Bluetooth. He has on, where he's just going to go off consistently off sensor. He has off, which is just going to be his demo function. And then he has leader, where he is going to be your leader that syncs up with your Bluetooth device. I'm going to go ahead and get this guy all plugged up and running. We're going to demonstrate his built-in activation, and then I'm going to show you the pairing process that I have pre-filmed from last year with last year's members. Here he is, all plugged up and ready to go. I'm going to go through his activation twice, one time in the light and one time in the dark, so you can see all his built-in lighting. He plays his audio back to back 5 times, and then he turns off until he is triggered again via his sound sensor or his motion sensor. I'm going to trigger him via his motion sensor, as that is the one in his nose. Now let's take a look at the pairing process. This is going to be a pre-recorded video from the 2024 season. For your pairing process, you will need to select one of your Reapers that you would like to have your leader. For my instance, I think it would be most fitting to use our lead singer here as the leader. To make this guy your leader, which is going to be your Bluetooth receiver, you're going to flip him to the leader function. Then you are going to locate the wire that does come with this product and make sure you have the right end that says output and plug that in to his control box. Do not use input or the function will not work. Next, go ahead and plug in the prop, and when it signals that it is searching for the Bluetooth signal you were trying to attach it to, it will make this sound. And then to signify that it has connected to the device, it will make this sound. Locate your device's settings on the device that you want to Bluetooth pair your Reaper with. Go to Bluetooth and look for Reaper Band. Press that, and when it connects, it will make this sound. Now that you have your main Reaper paired with your device, you're going to locate the other end of this cord and plug it into your other Reaper that you wish to have connected as well. After locating your input, you are going to plug that into the input part on this prop's control box. Now, if you have the whole band or 3 Reapers instead of 2, you will go ahead and grab the wire that your second Reaper will come with and then plug in the output, and then plug in your other end, which is input, into your other Reaper, and it's going to switch vice versa depending on how many Reapers you have and just the pattern it's going to go. So just to clear it up in case I confused anybody, once you have your leader connected, he is going to have the cord connected to output, so that way his power is being outputted to give to the input of your other Reaper, and then the power and signal of this Reaper is going to get plugged into the output and then plugged into your other character here. Then you're going to plug in the input cord, so that way this prop's input is being output into your 4th character. If I have confused anybody, please leave a comment down below. I will get to them as soon as I can and explain as thoroughly as I can. Now that you have these guys all situated, Now that's all to do is to line them up the way you want them to and play some music through them. I'm gonna have them cycle through their pre-programmed sequence, which is the parody of I Love Rock and Roll, I Love Halloween, and then we're going to go to some music with their Bluetooth feature. Now we're going to take a look at them in the dark. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the new for 2025 Lowe's Haunted Living 5.5 foot animated Bluetooth skeleton DJ by Techie. As much as I love this prop, it definitely has some flaws, which I will get to later on. But overall, I think this is an amazing animatronic. If you don't want to buy the whole band, there's about 4-5 different members now if you include the 2 variations of the guitar player for the band. I'm going to use this guy with my band. He's going to blend in well, but one thing that is going to make him stand out from the others is that he doesn't have the black outfit to the band, which I would have preferred it matched the band a little bit more in terms of the outfit, but I get what they were doing and making this its own separate thing. As you can tell, they don't even call it a Reaper. This is going to be its own thing, because a DJ realistically does not need a whole band. I didn't even need to buy this thing. I just love the character so much. And if you saw my haunt video or display video, whatever you want to call it, I did buy 2 keyboard players last year, and I turned one into a DJ, or quote unquote a DJ. I bought some weird little kitty turntable thing and had that on him that literally had one of these on it as well. And I had him using that. I did have headphones for him, and I was going to have his hand up against his head, but I didn't like the way his hands were. His hands were more human than skeletal, so it just didn't look right. So I just had that thing in front of him and left it at that. So now I've just got an extra keyboard player, which is nice because the band is going to be something we use every year for years and years to come. The band has been such a huge hit the last 2 years. I don't think I'm ever going to sell or phase out my band for my display. I'm going to go through his pros before I get to his cons. Pros are, this is a quality product. It is structurally made nice, it is electronically made nice, and it is mechanically made nice. One thing I will say that is on the cheaper side is this front part here. It's vacuum form style. It's not that typical cheap vacuum form plastic you see on clown shoes and stuff. It's a little bit higher quality than that, but not by much. It's enough to not break in the box, but it is definitely a fragile point of the item when storing it, or if you leave it in one piece and you maybe have something sharp like a metal base to an animatronic hit it, that might break it, but it's an okay quality thing there. This is nice quality. This is all blow mold plastic. The frame for this is about as nice quality as it needs to be. Doesn't need to be anything insanely strong because this is very light. This is nothing that needs to be really sturdy. So you can see when he moves, it holds up sturdy pretty well. I've got his head unplugged, if anybody was wondering. No, it's not broken. I've just got his head unplugged, so that way you don't hear the mechanism going off in the background. But his speaker is one thing I want to emphasize on. Techie upgraded their control boxes again. This has got a bigger speaker than even items like the Bone Collector from last year, which is crazy, because that Bone Collector was really, really loud. Let me see if I can actually get right here. His speaker is right here. If I could do this with one hand, maybe. Go, but this, or maybe it is about the size of the Bone Collector, but it is a very, very larger speaker than past years Techie has done, which I really, really like. I love that his headphones light up. I love that his eyes are green. Techie has continued making their different variations of the Reapers with different colored eyes. You've got the guitar player with the red eyes, the keyboard player with purple, the singer with blue, and the drummer with kind of an amber, and now you have the DJ with green. So, besides everything that I love about it, we're going to get to his cons. This prop is $300. $300 for a single motion animatronic is insane. I love this thing. We get military discount at Lowe, so I paid roughly about $250 for it, which I am content with it for $250. Even if we didn't have the discount, I still would have bought it just to go with my band. I love the character, but it is a lot of money for something with one motion. I do wish he actually scratched the turntable. I don't see why it couldn't have been done. It would have been something very simple, just something like this to make it go around. It's the same complaint I have with the guitar player. The guitar player was $200 for one motion. It could have so easily strummed the guitar, but I love the character so much, I didn't really care, and on Halloween night, people don't even really care either. They're just amazed that there's this animatronic Reaper band in front of them playing music. Those are realistically my only two flaws with the guy. The box size, a lot of people complain about the box sizes. I don't care. I have the storage space. I move stuff out and sell it as often as I need to make room for new things. But a lot of the things I do plan to keep are getting in larger box sizes. But I'm not really sure what to compare it to. Maybe around the size, if you have them, maybe about Cotton Candy Dan from Spirit last year. It's a fairly large box, but it's light and easy, manageable for storage. But I'm content with this guy. I love him. The $300 price point is definitely a red flag for it, but it's going to last. That mech has proven it's going to last. It's even upgraded from the looks of it. I looked at it because I noticed the first year run of these band members with the guitar player had issues with the head on store displays breaking. I didn't really see it with people that actually owned it with it breaking. I only saw it on store displays. But the singer and the keyboard player and the new guitar player all had an upgraded mechanism, and they didn't have any issues. Mine ran 8 hours on constant Halloween night, and then they ran for about 5 to 6 hours constant the week of every single day on Halloween. I had absolutely no issues with that ones, and it seems like they've even upgraded this guy's mech. I noticed the gears were thicker, and I realistically see why they added the spring. It's not to say they're not going to add the spring on other ones, but I don't see why they would. But there's a spring to help pull the head back, and I see why, because now he's got the added weight of the blow mold headphones and the skeletal hand on top of the foam arm. It's just an extra precaution they did, which was nice. I don't see it breaking. It moves really smooth. It doesn't seem like it's struggling. It's overall, as I said previously, mechanically a pretty sound animatronic. I recommend this guy if you want to get him to continue on your band. It's a nice one if you wanted the whole band but didn't have the money to spend on the whole band. $300 is better than spending the $1,000 it takes you to get the whole band. But as it is, the $1,000 for the whole band is pretty worth it. They're pretty dang cool, and they're definitely a crowd pleaser on Halloween night. I love this guy, and I recommend him if you have the chance to get your hands on him. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about him, and if you agree with any of my pros and cons. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe.